What's cuz name?
You ain't got nobody claiming
W.I.G.
Somebody did it.
He got his name W.I.G. TV.
Rick Rock was one of the hardest dudes, you know what I'm saying, that I think came out of the Bay. But at the same time, just because he's from the Bay, when he was doing hyphy movement, we wasn't saying, oh, he's stealing from E40. I mean, it's stealing for Little John, because Little John, if you really want to think about it, did all of the Bay songs. He did Tell Me When to Go. He did Shake That Monkey. He did Blow the Whistle. He did all them songs, and people overlook that and don't think like, yo, come on, man. A dude that's from down south came and gave you guys these records. You know what I'm saying? So it's just not. The sound is the sound. People should just be happy that we even getting looked at right now. Because just a few years ago, it was all about the South. It wasn't about no LA or the Bay. It wasn't about that. So people should really just be happy that somebody is doing it. And I always tell people, if you feel like if I'm taking the Bay sound and you can do what I'm doing better than me, then why aren't you doing it?
I'm gonna keep it real, bro.
Go ahead.
Short might be the #1 most underrated and unappreciated artist in hip hop ever. We gotta remember, bro. Short was a famous rapper in '82.
I was born in '84.
How many do you know was famous for rap in '82? Too Short discovered Kid Rock. Going on that tour that's in the NWA movie. Short was on that tour. That was an NWA Too Short tour. Only sold 8,000 on the East Coast and went platinum before even knew what that was in '88, bro. He's the only artist that has a song with Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z, Pimp C, any nigga that you can name, anybody that you, Little Kid. Then the nigga left the Bay, moved to Atlanta, Cable jump started they whole shit.
Man.
Signed Little John at 17. Little John gets a major record deal, asks Short to release him so he can go on. Lets him go for free. One of the biggest producers of an era.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Little John.
A generation.
Of a generation. You feel me? Then signed Jazzy Faye.
His biggest record came
when he was 42 years old. Short is 58 years old.
Like, why do you think that he's not top of mind? Is it just because he don't say?
Yeah, man. Shout out Too Short. And yeah, so the debate and all the argument and this, that, and the third is coming back up. I definitely agree with Mustard was saying though, as far as like niggas crying and acting like, you know, I can understand a nigga feeling like they toes have been stepped on, and you know what I'm saying, and this, that, and the third. But at the same time, like I feel like what Mustard and them was doing with the sound was like a merging of the Bay in LA. You know what I'm saying? And it was like the sound was a little bit more evolved, and it was like their own type of shit. It was like I say, it was what they got going on incorporated with what we got going on. And I played the second video, right, of Mr. Fab saying what he said, because it add context. See how Mustard tried to say, oh, that ain't this, you know, that really ain't they sound in the Bay. And, you know, he just was trying to like, I don't think he familiar with like 3 Times Crazy and Keith the Sneak. And I'm not talking about Keith to Tell Me When to Go, Keith the Sneak. I'm talking about, all right, cool, Keith the Sneak. I'm talking about Something Terrible, and just being hyphy, being the culture and the sound already being developed before Rick Rock. And shout out Rick Rock too, because Rick Rock did his shit, and you know he definitely had his contributions to this shit. And it's crazy, right? Because the same way Mustard tried to mention Lil Jon, and shout out Mustard, right? But the debate had came up after you know Tyga and them and YG came out here and shot the video. Niggas had start just, you know, a whole bunch of crying and this, that, and the third going on. But he brought up Lil Jon. You see how I played the video of Fab saying Keith, his short contributions to the South, and why the merging was a little bit. So now we even can say, oh, that crunk shit they was doing, it could be something that came from, you know what I'm saying? It could be something that Too Short kind of inspired, because it's something we was already doing out here. But let's just say it's all theirs though. That crunk shit, that's y'all's. When Lil Jon came out here and linked with 40 and them and this, that, and the third, right? That was a merging of crunk and hyphy to me. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that was Lil Jon sound and it was a merging though. You know what I'm saying? And it was a match made in heaven. And like I said, like, it just don't be making no sense why niggas be crying over spilled milk, right? Because Mustard and them already did what they did, and it's like if the Bay can't get the world to accept the sound than at least LA could, because it's LA to the Bay. And we know where, you know what I'm saying? Like, first off, like I say, we know, to me, it's like it was a merging of LA and the Bay. So when motherfuckers outside of this shit, you know, is fucking with it and this, that, and the third, which they've been fucking with it. Because even, you know, but yeah, when motherfuckers outside the Bay and out the way fuck with it, it be like, you know, it's in a way, it's like giving us our flowers too. So niggas just be, I know, and it's just how I go. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, nigga, sometimes niggas do be feeling like Soulja Boy. Nigga ready to rant. Nigga, I was the first one. This, you know what I'm saying? This, that, and third. But at the same time, that shit be like leaving a bad taste in motherfuckers' mouth. And we players, like, so, you know, but a player ain't just finna let you play him. You understand me? So I understand that shit. Like, when a motherfucker like, hold on, dog. Niggas ain't giving us our credit, nigga. And this, that, and the third. And, you know, I ain't gonna lie. We been hella saucy in the Bay. Like, nigga, and just, that's why it be like, it should be like Futurama a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna cap. It's just far as with the game and hella shit. That's why I feel like motherfuckers now, we didn't supersede it so much. No, not to knock nobody else. Because we all included in this shit. As far as California, right? But I feel like we didn't supersede it so much that we started just taking from other people now. Because it's like we done ran circles and y'all so late that it's like we might as well start fucking with y'all shit. But y'all niggas, let me know what y'all think, man, about Mustard and what he had to say. DJ and Mr. Fab, his response. Shout out Priceless to Rock, because he, you know, he kind of got this conversation started up once again. And, you know, it's a good conversation that need to be had. I think I broke it down very well.
Say ho, you can't be playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper, need it now and not later, ho. Say ho, you can't be playing with that paper.